Chicago, November 4th, 1985, 4:30 p.m. The neon lights of the studio flickered through the corridors of WLS-TV. Oprah Winfrey glanced at herself in the makeup room mirror for the last time. The red blazer she had carefully chosen for today's episode made her shoulders seem a little heavier. When the producer of AM Chicago knocked on the door, Oprah's fingers had already crushed her notepad. 5 minutes, Oprah. The guests are ready. Suddenly, the studio lights turned on. Camera angles shifted rapidly. 3 young guests sat on the couch in the center of the set. Sarah, 12 years old, squeezed her teddy bear tightly. Michael, 14, was shaking his legs uncontrollably. Lisa, 16, never lifted her eyes. Oprah settled into her chair and saw the third question on the teleprompter. How do the victims describe what happened to them? When the program started, Oprah's voice was a little deeper than usual. Today we're giving a microphone to children that America doesn't want to hear. When Sarah spoke first, describing how her mother's boyfriend had threatened her, a producer in the back of the studio suddenly stood up. "This is too much," he whispered. Oprah acted as though she hadn't heard him. When Lisa began to speak, Oprah's breath caught. "They told me this was love. This is how grown-ups love." The camera zoomed in on Oprah's eyes, capturing the sudden shift. It was as if she was seeing her 9-year-old self. Oprah's hands trembled as she gripped the edge of the chair. She suddenly ignored the teleprompter. Turning directly to the camera, she said, "Lisa, do you know, when I was your age..." The 40 people in the studio froze. Even the cameramen seemed to forget to breathe. Oprah's voice became a whisper. "When my cousin abused me in the game room, I was 9 years old. I got pregnant when I was 14. My baby died. And for years I asked myself, was it my fault?" An abrupt silence followed. Then a woman screamed from behind the studio, "My God!" In that moment, a first occurred in American television history. For the first time ever, a celebrity was confessing her childhood abuse on camera. The technical director behind the set dropped his coffee. Oprah's makeup artist was frantically trying to wipe away her tears. As soon as the broadcast ended, the studio's phone lines were flooded. In the first 10 minutes, there were 2,147 calls. The traffic to the Chicago Child Protection Hotline increased by 300%. By midnight, social service experts from 18 states were calling emergency meetings. Newspaper headlines appeared on screen. The New York Times, "A confession that shook a nation." Chicago Tribune, "Oprah's cry." The next morning, when Oprah arrived at her office, her desk was filled with letters. A 54-year-old woman from Wisconsin had written, "For the first time, I'm confessing what my father did to me 47 years ago. Thanks to you." A police officer from Detroit wrote, "Last night we rescued 12 children. The people who tipped us off were all watching your show." 3 months later, Oprah's show was now on national airwaves. CBS, NBC, and ABC were preparing special episodes on child abuse. New laws were being discussed in Congress. 2010, South Africa. In the yard of the girls' school Oprah founded, 15-year-old Thandiwe was smiling. Her mother had been raped while pregnant with her. Now, she was preparing to attend medical school. Looking at the cameras, she said, "Aunt Oprah taught us this. Our pain doesn't have to define us." That November evening, a 57-minute program changed 57 million lives.